Hey guys, welcome to Speak Audibly's 100% Me podcast. It's Mike Wilson here, your show's host. Today we have a great podcast for you with the amazing Angela Heikkinen. Angela is a hairstylist here in Texas and a pretty great one at that. Everyone knows that their barber or their hairstylist is kind of like their therapist, and she's no different. She loves people. She has a heart for seeing people grow and helping people get through things. And before we jump in, I want to make sure that you know that you have my permission to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell to be sure that anytime we upload a video, you're the first to know. All right, let's jump in. Hey guys, welcome to SpeakAudibly.com. My name is Mike B. And I'm here with my son. We're playing at the dog park here. It's amazing. All right, guys. Well, today I have the Angela Heikkinen with us on the 100% Me podcast. Angela, how are you today?
I'm doing okay today. How are you?
I'm doing great for a lockdown. They're going to be easing us in, I guess, starting tomorrow. So fingers crossed, that we don't get re-sick or anything. But
Yes.
But I'm excited. I'm excited. Now, I want you just to tell the audience a little more about yourself, what you do, some family. I know you have kids, so tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Angela, and I'm a hairstylist. I have been doing hair for a long time. I'm not going to say how many years. A long time. I have 2 children. They're grown adults now. So, believe it or not, Mike.
Wow.
You've known me a long time, but yeah.
Wow.
My son lives in Colorado. He has his own house there, and he's taking care of himself. He's working still.
Awesome.
My daughter's a nanny, so she has been nannying still. She's still working. So they are essential.
Wow. No, that's crazy.
Thank God my kids are essential.
That is crazy. When it comes to Miss Amber Nicole, it's just crazy that she's an adult. Like,
I know.
what?
Right?
What?
She will be 20 in June.
Oh, wow. Just to give you guys some background on mine and Angela's relationship, we met through our church here in Texas when I moved here almost 10 years ago. It'll be 10 years next month, which is crazy. And I remember one of the first kind of adventures me and Angela went on. We actually went to a nightclub in Dallas called Plush. It was a pretty cool experience, But we were there to watch her son DJ, and the dude did amazing. Is he still doing DJing in Colorado?
He is still making music.
Okay.
He hasn't been DJing lately, but he still is making music. It's still a passion of his.
Awesome.
So he has a SoundCloud account. He still puts music out.
Awesome. Yes. And so, guys, I will actually link that in the show notes. His Hide or Seek. Oh, it's good. It's good. He just actually released something for free called Watch You. Legit. It's legit. I may actually close this episode out with his music because his house music is just awesome, y'all. So be sure to check him out. It'll be in the show notes. But Angela, being a hairstylist, as I jump right on in, how has the coronavirus impacted your business and kind of the industry as a whole?
Well, so the business has pretty much stopped. Our salon closed. I guess this is the 6th week it's been closed. And so we're not considered essential, but everybody that gets their hair done sure does think we are.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Especially after all this time. I mean, it's just like the more the time goes by, people are like, ah!
Yeah.
And you know what I've noticed is, the newscasters and all the media and stuff, well, they have their hair done.
Exactly.
I don't understand how that's happening. They all look great, though, don't they?
Just tip
They know we're essential.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I know you say you're a stylist, but for the rest of this episode, we're going to talk to you as the hair consultant that you are.
Okay.
So when it comes to styling, what's your favorite part about styling a person's hair?
My favorite thing about my job is that when people come in, um, they're usually not feeling their best. So by the time they leave, I love getting to talk to them. Sometimes they just need to talk over some stuff, talk through life. They want something done to their hair so they feel better about themselves, and that it usually works. I mean, when you come in and get your hair done, you relax, verbally get it out, whatever you need to talk about. Sometimes you can only talk to your hairstylist. Only hairstylists know a lot of stuff about people. And
Yes.
so, and then you get your hair done, and it's very therapeutic for a lot of people. It makes you feel better.
Yeah, and see, I think ultimately that's the essential nature of a
Yeah,
hairstylist in a salon.
but
Like,
that's my favorite thing
that's
is to
that's
make people
awesome.
feel better, and when they leave, they're feeling better than when they came in.
Yeah, I remember going to the barber shop as a kid with my dad, and I would hear things about, I mean, even his and my mom's relationship and other friends and stuff. It's just like, but he would just let it all out when he got there. So there is definitely a comfort that people find with their stylist or their barber, and that's the essential aspect of what you guys do. So being a consultant, I almost said stylist, being a hair consultant, do you consider yourself an entrepreneur?
Well, I was thinking about that, and I always have people trying to sell me stuff because the things I use and the things I do sell, the products I believe in, and so people consider me as a salesperson, but really I don't. I just believe in what I believe in, and so if I believe in it, I'm gonna tell you about it. But I don't consider myself an entrepreneur. I consider myself more of a in the service industry,
Okay.
serving people and the public. That's what I
That's
consider.
awesome. That's
Yeah. I
awesome.
mean,
Yeah,
I
'cause I,
get paid for it, but
yeah,
that's a perk for me is that I get
there you
paid
go.
for it.
That's awesome. Yeah, because there's definitely I don't want to say a stigma, but people definitely champion the word entrepreneur. And so I'm always interested when I have a hustler on here, someone who, I mean, literally, you do have the kind of attributes of what someone would kind of call an entrepreneur. I mean, you go out
Right.
and you essentially you eat what you kill. The business
Yes.
that you bring in is how you survive and that's how you make your
Yes.
money. And so that's awesome because coming from a servant's heart and you guys knowing Angela on a personal level, she is definitely a servant. I mean, I've watched her serve in youth ministry for, I mean, since I've been in Texas, and to see the lives that she impacts, that's why she's on the show. You guys know I only bring people on the show who have big hearts for people and want to bring value and serve. And so that's awesome. So, being in the industry that you are in, what characteristics or character traits do you consider to be essential to be a hairstylist or consultant?
Okay. Well, I think first you have to love people. You have to be have a good personality, be personable. You have to be willing to work with all types of people. There's not just a certain type. I mean, you might draw in a certain type, but not 100%. You're going to get all kinds of
Sure.
people coming into it. So, you have to be flexible and let's see, you have to be realistic too. Sometimes it's just not a fit and you can't get upset when people go somewhere else, or they're,
Wow.
you just not, um, yeah. So you have to have skill for sure.
That's for
A lot of
sure.
people think it's easy to be a hairstylist. It's not always easy. You have to know what you're doing. You can't just fake it till you make it forever.
There
You
you
have to
go.
really know you have to know what you're doing. So skill,
That's good.
personality, love what you do, love people, because you're going to be around them all the time. So you have to, be give lots of grace.
There
People
you
come in there in
go.
bad moods. They don't like their hair today.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. Yes. No, I mean, that's intense. I mean, I don't know that I could do that because I know how I care about my hair. And
Yeah.
I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm probably at like a 7 or an 8. Like, I want it to look good. I don't really care too much about people's opinion, but my
Right.
own. When I look in the mirror, I want to be able to feel confident. And so when you have those individuals who come in and I mean, they're at a 10. Like, I care about this. Like, what you do matters. What you do
Right.
truly matters to them.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, wow, no, I applaud you for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, why is it important for people to show up and look good? I mean, generally, but especially during quarantine.
Okay, so I think during quarantine, we're all our attitudes are a little different, and whether you're getting out to work or not, you're still not having social events and meeting out with people for dinner and things like that. But how you look really affects how you feel. And when you look good, you feel better. I mean, if you're sick and you're stuck at home for 3 or 4 days and you haven't got out of bed, you haven't taken a shower, you haven't done nothing to your hair, you look in the mirror and you're like, whoa. But you fix yourself up and you feel better just by fixing yourself up. So I think it's important while you're in quarantine, and not necessarily every day, because I mean, this is like the only time in our lives where we can don't have to dress up if we don't want to. We don't have to fix our hair if we don't want to. We don't have to put on makeup. But I think every now and then, like maybe every 2 or 3 days, go ahead and do something. Put some jeans on, do your makeup, and fix your hair. Just because, shave your face for those men out there that are growing their no shave November in April.
Exactly.
If you fix your face, look presentable. Even if you're not going outside the house, you could go wave to your neighbor or walk your dog or walk the block, and you're still going to feel better about yourself.
That's it. There's so much truth in what you just said. We try to say that we're not this kind of surface kind of people, who we don't really care what people look like, but ultimately we care what we look like.
Right?
It truly does make us feel more confident when we feel put together, when we understand.
Yeah.
So I get it. I was actually out this.
I think you're more. I'm sorry. I think you're more willing to connect with people when you do feel like you look better, because I can tell you from personal experience that I don't want to FaceTime with somebody when I hadn't done anything all day long and I'm still in my pajamas. You know what I mean? And if you've done a little bit of effort, then you're like, oh yeah, I'll talk to them on video chat.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, I know as someone who has multiple businesses now that I feel more motivated to work and to do things when I take my shower, when I shave my face, when I do my hair and put on a polo or button up. It makes me feel like I've arrived at work now, even though I'm just in my bedroom at my desk right next to my bed. This is work. This is working right now, and so that's so true. Now I've been watching some videos of wives who are like, I haven't been able to see my stylist because of the lockdown, and I've had my husband cut my hair, and I mean they're holding their hair up, and it's like two different lengths. So I would love for you to give us just a couple tips and tricks during quarantine here for both men's style and hair and women's on what we could do to not necessarily become professional stylists, because I know it takes a lot more than that, but just those simple looks that look great and make you feel great.
Okay. Well, I actually saw something today on TV, and I was like, it was another hairstylist trying to show people what to do, and I swear he messed up. I was like, oh, but they just acted like it didn't happen, and I was like, really? Okay. That on the side note for that, my first recommendation is to do not ever cut your own hair. That's my first recommendation. Okay. But if you absolutely have to, and you have a clipper set, get the biggest guard you have and put it on there, because you can always go a little bit shorter, but you can't put that hair back on. So start with the big guard. You always want to start at the nape of the neck and around the ears. And, if you start with the big guard, you're not going to take it all off to where you don't want to go to the skin with it, because there's no fixing that. Now, if you have a child, like a little boy's haircuts are easy. I mean, you can, if you shave it all off today, it'll be back in 3 weeks.
Right.
That's a little easier. For the women, I would say, you know what? Take this time to really let your hair heal. You're not using hot tools. Make sure it's conditioned, and just let it dry naturally. I mean, embrace your naturalness while you can, because eventually you're going to be out and you're going to be fixing your hair all the time, and it's going to put all that heat back on it. So I would say don't cut your hair right now. Use this time to let it grow. And except for the men, if you need to use that, use the big clipper guards to do that.
Now, that's great. We're going into the summertime though. And so these women with all this hair, is there I don't know. My wife has incredibly long hair. What is a good kind of up look for someone with long hair now that we're going into these warmer days?
Okay, so ponytails are always in.
Okay.
You could do the low pony, you could do the high pony.
Okay.
I saw this thing the other day that I thought was a pretty good idea. You put like 2 ponytails right here, one on each side, just split the hair in half, braid it, and then you have to like twist it in the back together. If you braid both sides and twist them and then pin them, it actually looks like a little updo. It's so super simple. Yeah, if you have long hair. My hair's a little, you have to have long, thick hair to do that though. But if your hair's my length or shorter, ponytails look cute. Just pull a little hair out here and there.
Yeah. That is awesome. I mean, I used to have long hair and I would have never done that look, but for the women, I know how much it matters to look good, because like you said, when you look good, you feel good. And because we're in this time when we can't go to our trusted stylist to kind of do it for us, I would love to see this. If you guys are watching this right now, I'm about to ask Angela for some contact information and stuff. I want you to be sure to take note of this. Everything about Angela will be in the show notes here. But if you need a consultant, if you need someone to say, you know what, I wake up in the day and I don't do anything. I just kind of stuff it up there, but I don't feel great about myself. We're going to open up those lines to Angela. All right. So she's going to give you those. So before we do, Angie, give us a service that you could do. I mean, online, when this is one of those softball pitches here, to consult the people, I mean, men or women, in their hairstylists. What could you offer?
Well, I mean, I'd be happy to talk to anybody if you want to call me and ask me about like what you can use, what you can get at the grocery store. I would be happy to talk to anybody. I can talk anybody through anything on the phone, or we can FaceTime. It's Angela Heikkinen on Instagram. I have a hair page, Angela Hicks. It's Angela Heikkinen Hair. On Facebook. Okay. And you can see some styles I've done. I have my highlights and colors on there, as well as updos. I love that's one of my favorite things to do, is like wedding dos and fancy styles like that, and highlights. I do a lot of highlights, but I'm ready to get back to work. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, I bet.
I can say one thing: do not box dye your hair. That could be a game changer for you. Yeah. If you box dye your hair, it might just ruin it, and then you're going to be even more upset.
Yeah, Crystal, my wife actually showed me a video compilation of all these people who have box dyed their hair. I mean, this girl had blue going down her back. Her bathtub was all blue. Her forehead was blue. And it's like, what just happened?
You really have to be careful.
Wow. All right, guys. So all of Angela's information is going to be in those show notes. Listen, she is the stylist consultant. All right. So utilize her services. And for all you other hairstylists out there that are saying, you know what, man, I have this license, I have this skill, but I'm not able to get out, follow Angela's lead. All right. We're going to do a little bit of a social media challenge for you guys to help support our stylists. All right. So keep a lookout for me and what I'm doing. Watch what I'm doing on my Facebook as I continue to push people toward Angela's social media, and allow her to consult you and looking good, because of course when you look good, you feel good. So Angie,
yes. Last
question. In one of my favorite movies, The Dark Knight, the original Dark Knight, the first movie, Batman is at the end, he kind of takes the blame for some stuff, and it's causing him to have to run. He's running from the cops. He's running from dogs. It's dark. And the movie just ends with him going into basically darkness. right? He's going off the grid for a little while. If that were you, if you were going off the grid for a little while and you couldn't step in and help someone with their hair or style in general, what kind of encouragement would you have for people as you're leaving, as you're going off the grid? What would you encourage them with?
If I could never do hair again.
Well, let's just say for a season, all right? You're going off the grid for a season.
I would say, this too shall pass. It's not going to last forever. And I'll see you soon. Be nice to your hair.
There you go. That's awesome, guys. Be nice to your hair. All right.
Be nice to your hair. Don't be mean to it. It'll fall out on you.
I love that. I love that. Well, guys, you heard it here. Miss Angela Heikkinen. Follow her on all her social media pages. We'll make sure to link to all those in the show notes so you can have your hair consultant even during lockdown, even during quarantine. Angie, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your care for people and how much you serve. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that episode with Angela Heikkinen. I told you, she just loves people, and that's why she's on the show. That's why I bring people on here. This is Speak Audibly's 100% Me podcast. I only want people on here who help you to become 100% you, the best version of who you are meant to be. And she is one of those people. Again, all of her information is down in our show notes. So if you're interested in hiring Angela as a style consultant, a hair consultant in your life, please go ahead down there, check it out, contact her. She would love to help you out. Guys, it's been a blast. It's always a pleasure with you guys. Before we go, if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, I'm going to give you time right now. Go ahead and do it. I dare you to. I mean, the button's like right there. All right, guys. I love you guys. Remember, with Speak Audibly, you have a voice, let it be heard.
Stress is in your life because rest helps you mitigate stress. Stress doesn't let you grow muscle. It doesn't, it really does actually so much.